What's going on, guys? Roman the Romer here. I'm here with Boddam, the Bonafide hustler. Actually, name's Chris.
Yeah,
right?
My name's Chris.
And he's gonna help me get yoked this year. And in this video, he's gonna give us 3 tips on how to gain muscle.
Grind hard, well done, sir, and welcome to the freaking Well Show.
Real quick before this video starts, I want to talk about the 7-day challenge. This is a challenge for people who want to make their first $1,000 selling used books on Amazon. So if you've never sold used books on Amazon and you want someone to walk you through the whole process from setting the Amazon account up, from how to find the books, how to list the books, how to reprice the books, all of that is covered in this course. So if you check out the description below, there should be a link. Make sure to click on that, sign up. I will see you guys in there. Peace out. Enjoy this video, guys.
All right, so when you try to build muscle, I think it's really important to understand, first of all, why, because sometimes people have this like goal in their mind, like if I had 20 more pounds on me, if I had this, you know, I'd be so much happier. When it comes to building muscle, muscle is typically built as a direct result of strength with proper diet and proper sleep, all right? But what I'm getting at is that someone with Romer's frame, for example, he told me he wants 10 pounds of muscle. If I had 10 more pounds, I would, you know, feel so much better. 10 pounds is good, 15 pounds can be better. Maybe all he needs is 8. But the most important part is, where is the muscle placed? Because if we place muscle, let's say here, and maybe in the calf region, it's not gonna have that same kind of impact as opposed to having it broad shoulder, big chest, you know, tight waist, and maybe some good strength on your legs and some size right there. So what I'm getting at is, the first tip is we gotta know where to put that muscle. And that usually comes typically when you wanna build muscle and you're a male. You're doing it because you wanna feel confident, you wanna feel attractive, and you wanna attract the opposite sex, or maybe even the same sex. It's all good. But basically what we want to do is we want to, you know, maximize the structure that we have here. We want to build muscle on the frame. And so a lot of times, number one is we got to figure out where that muscle will be, you know, perfectly placed. So maybe 8 or 10 pounds on Romer here, potentially in the legs, and maybe a little bit on the arms would solve, you know, the look problem that he's looking for. He's looking for a certain look, and it's important to do this in the most aesthetic sense possible. So understand where you want that muscle. That's tip number one. Don't so much go after the pounds, right? Go after the look. So important. Number two is typically muscles gonna be built the quickest when you do barbell type movements. So the 5 best ones to build muscle will be deadlift, squat, bench press, bent over barbell row, and then overhead press, okay? So bench press will give him a nice broad width here on the chest. The overhead press is gonna increase the overall size of the shoulders. The bent over barbell row is gonna increase the mass of the back, so that way when Romer is not facing, let's say, you know, this way, he faces this way, or even this way, the back has some good meat to it as well. And then we want to work on the legs too, but not so much like get the biggest calves on earth or anything like that. We don't want to have the biggest abs on earth either, because that's not really attractive. But having some sort of, you know, muscular structure to the legs through the squat is very important, and the back part of the legs, which is the deadlift and the glutes. You know, I bet you didn't know this, but they say that women, when it comes to like what attracts them most about a male, so the first thing, what do you think it is on a body?
I've heard like the V shape.
Okay.
It's very good going from.
So think about parts of the body. Think about calves, legs, arms, chest, back, face. Like, what's the number one thing that the women are going to look at the first time?
I would say
the face.
I was going to say chest.
All right. So most people are going to think it's the chest second, but actually it's the glutes. Women like a guy that have some good glutes. Yeah. So basically tip number 2 was like, look at those 5 exercises: the barbell, bent over barbell row, the bench press, the overhead press, the squat, and the deadlift. That's gonna start stacking that muscle or stress that muscle in those strategic areas, where it's gonna get you the most bang for your buck, especially if you wanna do this in like 8 or 10 weeks or something like that, which is what Romer kind of wants to do. Yeah, I do have a workout plan for that. He's gonna be basically beta testing it. It's almost out, but yeah, so we wanna know, where's the muscle gonna be placed? You know, we wanna strategically place the muscle, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is, you know, you wanna do it in the shortest amount of time. No one wants to do this over the course of a year. You wanna do it in the shortest amount of time. And tip number 3 is you typically want to eat in a caloric surplus, all right? You wanna eat more calories than what you're expending, right? So we can feed those muscles as we were breaking them down and tearing them down. We wanna feed them, all right? And so you wanna do that over the course of, you know, 8 to 10 weeks. And the right way to do it is to get about a pound of weight on your body per week.
Okay.
0.8 to 1 pound, all right, is kind of like the goal. If you're going up 2 pounds a week, there's a really high chance, or even 3 pounds a week higher when you're on the scale, there's a really good chance that's not the kind of weight we're looking for, right? We want to get 0.8 to about a pound. And with the right amount of programming, the right amount of sleep, the right amount of diet, everything, you should be able to slowly get up there, because sustainable is going to be the way that it's really going to be on his body over the course of 10 weeks and stay on his body, right? That's the most important thing. You want to have this look, and then you don't want it to fade away. So that's another thing for another video. But yeah, that's basically the 3 tips I wanted to give you guys on Romer's video, how we're going to improve him through some of the Boddam workouts.
This is me right now, guys. Check me out in 10 weeks. I'm gonna be vascular. Look how vascular he is.
Yeah, I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there.
What about vascularity?
So vascularity comes down to having low amounts of body fat and really focusing on a lot of negative movement. So like most of my vascularity typically is around here. And that's a lot of times because I do curls or things very strict. I'm very strict on my negatives, right? So when you're doing a bench press, you press up and you come down with a negative. And you can start building some serious amount of muscles with negatives too. That's actually tip number 4. We're just gonna give you that as a bonus right now. But if you really work on the negatives on a workout, you can see some serious results. Most people don't look at the negatives as like a cheat that you can put into your arsenal. And yeah, just negative, like curl up a weight and then bring it down in double the amount of time that you brought it up. When you're bench pressing, maybe 2 seconds up, 4 seconds down. You can build some serious muscle that way as well.
Sweet. I'm super pumped for this. Where can they find you at?
You can find me at Boddam on Instagram, and Boddam is also on YouTube. You can come find me there. I would love to see you guys there. And programs are coming out soon, so yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Like, comment, subscribe, do what you gotta do. Peace out, family.
Thanks, guys.
Sir, and welcome to the freaking well show, and party central to my well ones, a night of violated hell codes. Dope sells like the charge do, but selling's all about potential, and money speaks, then I'm the man.